I wish I didn't find God in my 20s or at such a young age. This is a thought that crosses my mind from time to time. I wish I didn't find Christ at such a young age, because now I can't live these so-called prime years to the fullest. I feel like now I'm missing out on normal experiences that people want to experience, and these older guys that have found God later in their life got to live, but now you can't, because you know the truth and you know you're disobeying God doing these things, partying, smoking, drinking. These are the years society has normalized to have the most fun you can, because then you're gonna have kids, families, settle down, etc., etc. I don't believe this to be true, but I know it crosses my mind and many others, so I'm gonna break this down and tell you why this is a blessing and not a curse. The main reason this boils down to is you don't want to have these restrictions in your life. I don't want to have these restrictions in my life. In John 8:36, it says, "So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." So it's saying here, Christ is freeing and will free you. And you're saying without Christ, you're free. You're free to do whatever you want and free to live up to your youth to the fullest, but you're looking at it all backwards. You don't want these restrictions to do what you want to do, but you're restricted right now. Whether you realize this, we are not made to do these things. We were molded by this screwed up world, and Christ wants to fix that and actually free you, because we're blinded by social media. We're blinded by the world around us. This is not how we operate. Me personally, I like to drink. I like my whiskey. And in my mind, in the beginning, I am now restricted. I can't get drunk. I can't be getting drunk. But the reality is I was a slave to the alcohol. I was restricted. I was restricted before Christ. He freed me from that. From the crooked ways of this world, it makes you believe that you're free and that with Christ, you won't be free. Are you following me? But we're not meant to live like this, bro. And I know it feels this way sometimes. I try to take the thoughts I get, analyze it, find out why I feel this way so I can share it with people, because there's always someone that's going through the same thinking process I'm going to be going through. But the truth is, I'm not a big fan of this, but I do trust Jesus that in due time, it would all be worth it. I'm trying to be as real and transparent as possible. I'm not going to put on a fake face and tell you I'm the happiest man alive. That's not true. I don't like this, but I'm understanding the logic and truth behind these things. And to me, it makes perfect sense. The main thing everybody tells you, follow your heart. Follow your heart and it'll all be fine. That's false information. Do not follow your heart. Christ in Jeremiah 17:9 says the heart is deceitful above all things. I don't think we're supposed to be in this world to be comfortable. I don't think we're supposed to be comfortable in this world. In John 15:19, it says, "If you were of the world would love its own, but you're not of the world, but been chosen out of this world, they will hate you." We're not meant to be comfortable in this world, because the moment you give your life to Christ, you're not of this world anymore. So you will lose friendships. You might find yourself in an isolated period of your life, but it's important to know it's for a greater purpose that I believe God has for every single one of you. I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe in coincidence. You were introduced to Christ at a young age. You accepted him at a young age. And I believe God has a plan for every single one of you. And I hope that clears things up. Because if we're being entirely honest, it's not fun. Maybe to some people it is, but you can't sit there and tell me that this is a fun way of living. I want to get drunk, dude. I want to smoke. I want to sleep around sometimes. Yeah, it's a lot less after transitioning my life to Christ. I want to do these things less. But it's definitely not easy. I think a lot of it is battling your own mind, especially seeing other people do the things you want to be doing. That's why the influence you have around you is important. Because you, say you're my age, you're 20, and you're hanging around your peers, other 20-year-olds, 21, 22-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and they're not living how you're living. That makes it even worse. You want to go do these things more. And I know that from experience, because I'm the only one that's really actually trying to follow Christ right now, with people around me that aren't. But I don't think it was ever supposed to be easy, and I think if you're looking for an easy route, you need to change your worldview. I mean, did Christ get on the cross because he was happy to do it? Or did he get on the cross because it was his purpose? Are we giving up this sin because we're happy to do it at that moment? Or are you giving it up because it's your purpose? To find a better purpose through Jesus Christ. I don't think any of this was supposed to be fun. I don't think any of this is supposed to be entertaining or comfortable in any way, shape, or form. And everybody's different. To some people, it's easier to adapt to this lifestyle than others. To others, it's way harder. And I try to be as real and transparent as possible, because being real, truthful, and transparent is the only way to preach the gospel. And even though I don't fully enjoy skipping out on a lot of things that I could be doing, I have that faith and trust in Jesus Christ that in due time, pieces will fall together and things will be better, and it will be much better than the life I was living. But yeah, I hope that brought you some insight, clears some things up in your head. I try to make videos here with not a typical message, but a very specific point, a very specific question that pops in my head. And if it pops in mine, it pops in other people's, because I know I'm nobody special. So I try to self-analyze it, why I'm thinking this way, where are these thoughts coming from, and what's the better route to take. And that's that. I hope that helped you in some way. Peace out.